Hi, shalom everyone. I'm going to continue this fantastic series, friends. Daily page of the Daf Yomi. We're in Masechet Horayot now, on page number 9. Naturally, we call that Daf Tet over here. And very, very interesting. What we're talking about, friends, in today's page, we're relating over within regards to the king, the melech, and within regards to the high priest. We've been talking all about various different korbanot. That's going to bring ramifications that are going to occur to various different individuals, communities, within regards to what if mistakes were made, within regards to various different rulings, who is going to be liable at the different stages and times. And now we're going on the realms of speaking about a king, or also respectively about a high priest in today's page of the Gemara. And it's actually very fitting, because I think and come on, only in the next week we're going to have Parshat Vayelech, which is very much speaking about laws pertaining to a king respectively. So it's a very, very good timing. So we know that the status of the king is like that of a court. Now, the king and the high priest are liable, let's just say, to bring a sliding scale offering for a false oath, for example, of testimony. Let's say, for example, a false oath on an utterance of what, God forbid, defiling the temple or its sacrificial foods. As a status over here, these two great people is distinct only with regard to matters for whose unwitting violation one is liable to bring a fixed offering, or let's say not a sliding scale offering. Now, with regards to the oath of a testimony, apparently the Rambam is referring to kings, let's just say, from the house of David. So there's a chiluk: are you a king from the house of David? Or are you a king, you've got the status of a king of Israel at that stage in time? There's a chiluk. Who judge and testify, let's just say, in of itself. Now, much more is said over. You know, the king is like no other judge. It hasn't got the status, it's so much greater, so the power within regards to the king. The king of Israel do not judge, nor are they judged. They do not testify also, nor do others testify in their regards. Now, the kings of the house of David judge and give testimony. Obviously, Sefer Shoftim, we'll see that, which we learned about only a couple of weeks ago also. So that's very, very interesting. And there's other importances with regards to a king, you know, with regards to the majesticness of a king. You know, a king cannot become poor. And we actually learn, I believe, in Parshat Vayikra, in the book of Leviticus, in chapter number 4, it says, and he performed one of all the mitzvot of the Lord his God. That's actually featured in chapter number 4, verse 22 over there. It's just basically reiterating how a king, a melech, cannot become poor over here. Referring to the king as one who has only the Lord his God upon him. He is greater than the entire nation and is not a poor person dependent on others. And now we also speak about, in today's page, just like a king is majestic and has got is above, let's just say, obviously the rest of Am Yisrael in so many different aspects. There's also the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, also has got a special status, and it's actually written over. An anointed priest cannot become poor also. Just like a king, you need the anointed priest, has to be someone chashuv, has to be someone of dependence, has to be someone of a means, and it's actually related over here, as it's written, and the priest that is greatest among his brethren. That's his status. It's very much featured, I think, in Parshat Emor, in the Sefer Vayikra, chapter 21, verse 10, meaning that he is greater than his brethren in, first of all, beauty, power, wisdom, and in wealth. He's got that. And he's not a poor person, that's including. Now, other people will derive what we're actually meaning within regards to this specific verse, respectively. But it just shows the majesticness, and there's ramifications all over within regards to this, because if an error is made and the king is, let's just say, potentially culpable, or the high priest is culpable, it's going to be different ramifications. If a mistake is made, there might be more leniencies within regards to them. Now, it says Shehu Gadol Me'echab. This also refers to the high priest over there, Kohen Gadol. He must be the greatest, as we said before, within regards to beauty, power, wisdom, and wealth. If he does not have means, each priest contributes him from his own assets according to his means, until the high priest, the Kohen Gadol, becomes the wealthiest of all of them. So if for some reason or another, hypothetically, the Kohen Gadol becomes like lacking of means within regards to financial status, then everyone has to then help out at that stage in time. I think it's actually interesting. Various other forms of, I think Rabbi Shimon is going to also weigh in and add here in today's page of the Gemara, stating that statements from the Bride that the king is not, let's say, for example, we're talking about the king, how the king is not liable for various different maybe testimonies or false oaths, for example, it's a whole robust discussion of what ramifications there's going to be, and so on and so forth, on that entire realm in of itself. Now, for example, the king and the high priest, also the Kohen Gadol, are liable to bring a sliding scale offering for a false oath of testimony, a false oath on an utterance, or for, let's say, God forbid, there was a defilation of the temple or its sacrificial foods, as a status is distinct only with regard to matters for whose unwitting violation one is liable to bring a fixed offering, not a sliding scale offering. Now, with regards, I think, with topic of oath or testimony, the Rambam is referring to kings from the house of David who judge and testify. So we've spoken about that before, that there's a difference also between kings from the house of David or regular kings, respectively. That's very, very interesting. But we can all become like a king, have a status of a king, but the real, true king up there, we all have to remember, every single moment of the day is Hashem up there in Shemayim, and we've got to recognize that every day. We're in the Hebrew month of Elul. At the time, it's opportune time for Teshuvah, and we can get that kingship over here. The whole month, Hashem's given us a present. All the, God forbid, wrongdoings that we've done all throughout the year, we can have them erased. Ben Adam lemakom, ben Adam lechaveiro, and let Be'ezrat Hashem, the King in Shemayim, judge us all favorably. Forgive us. Let's all have the extra koach to become better people, and get that inside ourselves, and merit Be'ezrat Hashem, and enrich ourselves in Torah also. And wish you a good day here from Ramat Bet Shemesh, Aleph here from the city of Bet Shemesh. Very, very nice day. The weather's got better now, also, which we have to point out. I'd like to dedicate this Lulu Nishmat, Sarah Yudit Bat Esther. So wishing you all a fantastic day. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.